guest on today's episode is a very unique one. He has traveled about 11,835 kilometers from one continent of the world to another, from Antarctica way down in the south to Asia in the north. Please welcome Mr. Pippin, a philanthropic emperor penguin from Antarctica. Mr. Pippin, what a delight to have you on my show.
I will be honest, I really loved the journey from home till here. The sights that I got to see, the various animal community ambassadors I got to meet on the way, it was all amazing. I loved this experience, one of the best experiences I've had in my life.
For the meetings that you had planned,
Well, some of them happened by chance, and I really love when things happen by chance.
nice. Mr. Pippin here is a philanthropist who works closely with many threatened animal communities and he helps them voice their thoughts. Truly living up to the name Emperor, aren't you?
Yes, I guess.
How long did you take to travel till here, by the way?
It took me about 50 days, I would say. It was really long journey, but as I said, I enjoyed it. I mean, I would say it's pretty hot here. Like, how do you guys survive in this weather? Back in Antarctica, when the warmest temperatures are like in the minus, it's so hard to find anything warm in Antarctica. Yeah, it's pretty cold there.
Wow, how cold does it get there?
Uh, it it's interesting. So in winter, it can range from minus 89 degrees Celsius in the high inland of Antarctica to minus 60 degrees Celsius when it comes to areas near the sea. In fact, in 1983, 21st of July, minus 89.2 degrees Celsius was recorded on the Vostok station. It's one of the world's lowest recorded temperatures.
Wow, really cold. And what's the weather like in summers?
Okay, so Antarctic Peninsula, fairly warmer, 15 degrees Celsius.
15 degrees Celsius is like our standard spring and winter temperature.
And for the coastline, it's about, it can go up to 0 degrees Celsius. But when it comes to the interior of Antarctica, minus 20 to minus 35 degrees Celsius.
Wow. I am actually just feeling cold, getting the chills just listening to the temperatures you're talking about.
Unfortunately, you haven't got one of these. One of a kind tuxedos, like us penguins.
Yes, you're right. Poor me. All I have is skin and some jackets to cover myself in winter. How do you guys cope with this ice cold weather? It's like living in a fridge.
So nature's built us like that. We are adapted to temperatures that can go as low as minus 50 degrees Celsius and winds up to 200 kilometers per hour. We have 2 layers of feather, a good amount of reserved fat. We have smaller beaks and flippers and compared to other penguins to reduce the amount of heat we lose. We have feathers on our legs to prevent our ankles from freezing. We have our feet that have special fat, that prevents that from freezing. We have strong claws for gripping ice. So as I told you, you don't have the tuxedos that we have.
Yeah, you're right. Because when we humans feel cold, we just wrap a tight blanket around ourselves and we get cozy. But you guys don't have blankets.
We don't need though, because what we do is when we feel cold, is all of us adults and all the chicks we huddle together for warmth. Just imagine 50,000 or more of us just tightly packed like pickles in a pickle jar each one of us, so because we, huddle together, there have to be some of us who, come out on the edge, on the path that's cold, on the open path. So we take turn on going in that path. So each one of us gets a turn at being warm. Though I'd say our neighbors in the Adelaide penguins, they don't have such harmony. They're always fighting. Yeah, always fighting. I'll always get news of them fighting each other or something. Look at us, we're really friendly. It's actually really cute what you guys do. But to be fair, if we humans tried it, there's a lot of things that could go wrong. Like in that case, like I can't even imagine 5,000 humans just huddling together to get warm. I feel disgusted thinking about it. But when I, as you said, when you talked about you, I was just imagining and it just felt really cute. Well, to be fair, you don't need to do what we do. You guys, you have those heaters and all that to keep you warm. And you guys also have blankets, as you said. Yeah. Definitely right. I think you said you guys can withstand winds up to 200 kilometers per hour. That is really high. That's almost the same as about a Category 2 cyclone. How windy is it in Antarctica? Well, it's really windy down in the south. We have something like the wind chill, which is like a cooling effect of wind on exposed surfaces, which is one of the major challenges you guys face during Antarctic expeditions that you do. We have something called as the katabatic winds, Katabatic winds. They are these strong, cold, downslope winds. They come from the high interior. As I said, the high interiors they are really cold. So these are winds coming from there, and they're pretty common, especially when it comes to East Antarctica. If they're low velocity, smooth, very smooth flow. But when it comes to high velocity katabatic winds, they can get turbulent, they can lift snow, they can cause blizzards, even when the skies are clear, even when there is no snowfall. In Milne Station, gusts have known to have exceeded 110 miles per hour on 7 occasions during the same one winter. In the Commonwealth Bay or the Adelaide coast, the average wind speed is 20 meters per second, not that much, but still. In Mason Station, the gusts in 1960 went up to 140 to 155 miles per hour, and it actually destroyed a plane. In the polar plateau, in the Antarctic plateau, though, the winds are actually a little light, but most of the times you can see winds that are really gusty, really, really odd. There have been gusty winds recently at my place too, but definitely not 200 kilometers per hour, or I wouldn't be here recording this. One thing, what happens though when it gets windy here is it rains. Does it rain there in Antarctica? So rain is pretty much non-existent here. We're like the world's largest desert. It's all snow. The only thing we see falling from the sky, it has to be snow. Unless, some, rainy, cloudy with a chance of meatball type thing happens and we get meatballs. But that's a different thing. For now, we get snow. That's the only thing that drops from the air. And probably maybe, yeah, that's the only thing drops from the air. Yeah, it was weird because the first time I visited a place that had rain, it was really weird. Like, I was shocked to see something from the sky that wasn't white. That was actually transparent. Like, I couldn't see it. All I could do was feel it. And it felt weird. It felt ticklish. It's pretty weird seeing rain. I've gotten used to it now, given my work where I move around the world. But the first time I did see it, pretty weird to be fair. And the other thing that I found weird in terms of that is, I found out there were places on Earth that were called deserts, but they had nothing to do with snow at all. Like, that was shocking. Like, my friend, oh, bless him, He once invited me to the Sahara Desert. And I kid you not, I packed my best winter suit. I go there, and all I found is this brown stuff covering the land. The sun is, it's all fiery. It's up and out, it's running. And I'm like, well, that's not what I expected. Talk about cultural shock. Must have been a really awkward experience for you. Tell me about it. And to Fred, he didn't bother to tell you that it was different. Different? He thought that I knew that it would be hot there. And I said, brother, desert in Antarctica is a different thing. It has a different meaning altogether. When you tell me desert, I imagine Antarctica. I don't imagine all brown stuff covering the land, which I later found that brown stuff is called sand. Sand, snow, same thing. Well, I'm assuming that you must still remember that trip for the rest of your life. Yep, to this day. You guys are surrounded by sea. Antarctica is surrounded by sea. What impact does that have on your life? Of course, that impacts our diet. We feed on fish, like the Antarctic silverfish, some other species of fish, some krill, some squid. An adult penguin, us among us, we can eat like about 2 to 3 kg of food per day. But on days where we are like, I need more than I'm feeling good about myself, we can eat twice that. And we store that much as fat for when it's winter or when it's time for feeding the babies. Oh, nice. But there's a interesting bit that I want to share. So male emperor penguins, they do not eat up to like 4 months from arriving to the colony to until their egg that their mate has given hatches and the mother returns to feed the baby. During this 4 month of not eating at all, they can lose up to half of their body weight. So they have to rely on this reserve that they build after, feasting about all the whole summer, to survive the long winter. Oh wow, that's pretty interesting. Where's the mother? Like, where's she gone? Where does she return from? It says she returns to feed. Yeah. So here's the thing. So once the female lays the egg, which is about in May or June, she gives it to her mate, the male penguin, and to incubate. And then she's off. She's free. She spends next 9 weeks at the sea, just feeding, eating, giving herself the time of the life. You guys should try this, Actually, yeah, it won't kind of work for you immediately, but you should try this, once the baby stops feeding on the mother's milk, then she can just, go spend some time and have a time of her life while the father takes care of the baby. I don't know how well it will work for you guys, but you should try. It's really good. So what happens is after the mother is gone, the male puts the feed carefully, delicately, balances it on his feet for 65 to 75 days and keeps it warm, using specially adapted brood pouch. And before it hatches, and eventually, it hatches and poof, you have a fluffy chick. That is so cute. But I mean, for eating fish, you guys would probably enter the ocean. Yes, put us in the Olympics and you have a lifetime of gold medals in the swimming. We have had the deepest recorded dive at 564 meters. That is twice the height of the tallest building in Europe. And we have also the longest recorded dive, which was 32 minutes. You guys will go, you're gonna pass out for that long. Yeah, I agree. That's just mind blowing. You guys really have it going for yourselves. Yes. And to make it even better, we guys are huge. We are the biggest of the species, 18 species of penguin that's found today, and one of the largest of all birds. We are at the same height as a 6-year-old child, about 120 centimeters in height, and we can weigh about up to 40 kgs, but our weight does fluctuate a little. But that's not our point. Our ancestors, plus us and thus our ancestors, 37 million years ago, they were, according to you guys, they used to have been 2 meters tall and 115 kgs in weight. Truly emperors in name, aren't you? Absolutely. Do you guys have an emperor species? Unfortunately, we humans don't have an emperor species as such, but we did used to have emperors, guys who ruled an empire. Although there can be a debate on whether they can compete with you on being the best emperors. Well, don't want to say it, but you are right. We the best. Yes, what a wonderful experience talking to you it was today, Mr. Pippin. I'm hoping, you can come on my show again and we can talk about your work, all sorts of personalities that you have met. One day for sure. One day for sure. Thank you, Mr. Pippin, for coming on the daily podcast. Thank you. Wishing you the best of the rest of your journey in India. And as we wrap this episode up, a reminder to hit the subscribe button and the like button to not miss out on more of such interesting, informative podcasts. Signing off for today.